If you're going through a mental health crisis here in Grant County and you're looking for help, well, look no further, because the Grant County Sheriff's Department is one of the only resources available.
We respond probably to mental health calls on just about a daily basis.
Mason Nemitz is a sergeant with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. He says when he became a police officer, he never expected to be the primary response for mental health related calls in Grant County.
We might go a couple days without having a mental health call, but then there could be another time where we deal with it 2-3 times a day, or we deal with it 4 or 5 times a week.
If the person ends up a danger to themselves or others, Sergeant Nemitz has to put them in emergency detention. That's where he says the problems start.
Our Northwest Connections or Unified will contact a couple different hospitals or facilities, and Winnebago is always one of those facilities because Winnebago has to accept.
Sergeant Nemitz says he's made the 3.5-hour drive to Winnebago Mental Health Institute more times than he can count. And he says often he makes that drive on his own.
It's a long 3.5-hour drive. Like, there's a lot of stuff that could happen in that 3.5 hours that people don't really think about too.
That drive can be stressful for Sergeant Nemitz and the person going through a mental health crisis. And Sheriff Nate Dreckman says it puts a burden on his already limited staff.
You know, typically our county's fairly rural. We run 4 deputies a shift, and so that pulls two people off a shift for that whole shift pretty much.
Sheriff Dreckman believes the best solution to this issue is to have regional mental health facilities all throughout the state.
And to me, that's probably the most beneficial. Looking at it like a psychiatric ER, where you take the person, take them there would be staff there to handle exactly what's going on, because most crisis situations are usually over within 24 hours.
Until that happens, Sergeant Nemitz expects to keep making the 3.5-hour drive to Winnebago Mental Health Institute.
But that pulls us down 1 car. That's 1 less deputy that we have out on this road to be providing what they need to provide for the community.
Both Sergeant Nemitz and Sheriff Dreckman believe something needs to change for the safety of residents not only in Grant County, but throughout the entire state of Wisconsin. Reporting in Lancaster, Cody Taylor, Spectrum News.